Here we have a quite simple 40-meter transmitter. It basically is built around a Pierce oscillator. As you note here, it's crystal controlled for 7.032 megahertz. It's known as a Michigan Mite. They can be built for most typical amateur bands, 160 through 10 meters, although low band is easier. Well, the lower the band, the easier. 40 or 80 meters is certainly easier than doing a 15 meter or 10 meter transmitter. You notice the configuration is definitely a Pierce. You have the oscillator built there in the upper left hand corner. The feedback network is the crystal. As you see, it's a common emitter, and you can see the output up there to the right. RF output is about 250 milliwatts. There's a 50 ohm dummy load. You notice that the matching network is a 365 picofarad capacitor, which is typically from like an AM radio kit, quite easy to come by. Keying is done on the negative bias at the bottom. Uses a 2N222A transistor. Sounds actually quite good, especially when you get it matched. Here we're receiving it on an old TS440 at 7.032 megahertz. Not connected to the band though tonight because it would be quite noisy, quite a bit of RTTY stations on the air. Here is the circuit. You notice the coil there is built on an airborne container. It's 1.25 to say 1 1/8 diameter for L1, L2. It could be either 20 or 22 gauge wire, magnetic wire, and 21 turns for L1. Tap it at 4 turns. Make sure you wrap them both in the same direction. Here you can see the resistor values. Here's a close-up of the circuit. You can see the 10K. We developed 50 ohms in the bottom there. Power supply capacitor. Power is going to be a 9-volt battery. We're going to key it in the negative bias. We're using a dummy load here, 50 ohm resistor, brought out here. Yes, I know that 50 ohm resistor is a little bit beefier than you need. Some people might question using proto board. I find for 30 meters and below, 10 megahertz and below, proto board works just as fine. There's not that much stray capacitance at 7 megahertz, 40 meters, or even 30. Above there, though, it might be better to solder. But certainly for RF at 7.032 megahertz, the proto board seems to be working quite nicely. See, here's the old AM radio capacitor going in to the matching tank circuit. Output there. One more to listen to the radio. CW always sounds good. Not my call sign. I was just sending scrambled letters there. W. I had to hook up a key. Well, this is Pat Brannick, N2BZD, with the very easy to build Michigan Mite. A nice add-on would be a low-pass filter to filter out a strong second harmonic frequency, which will be the second project here. Thank you very much for watching.